Homeless shelter apartments. I have been living in a homeless shelter apartment since the year 2000. What's wrong with it? I didn't get what I asked for and I didn't insist on anything more than what was offered to myself. I didn't get what I asked for and I didn't insist on getting what I asked for. I accepted what was offered to myself. I don't know what's wrong with it because everything that was offered to myself was disputed and I lost everything. I even lost my good health, which I can't afford because I grew my height with good health. That means I need to hold my full height with good health, and I lost my health because it was just theft to death. I lost everything theft to death. Nobody knows what Charles Toh said to me when he was alone with myself, and he didn't report it to anyone that he thought that he was in control. Nope, he reports to the strangers, including people with the same last name as myself. He reports to them that it's a fuck. And I don't have anything in it because why isn't he in prison for a fuck anyway? You can fuck anyone you can fuck in prison. Otherwise, you don't say that about a female who's defenseless because he weighs 230 pounds and I weighed 130 pounds at the time. That's defenseless. I don't have a fuck in it. And I shouldn't have to answer for that. And I think some of my same last name people, they don't always really see it the same way Charles Toh sees it, but they won't feed me anything that I am to myself. They don't really acknowledge that I am the soul of the world. They're very interested in that they have all the property tied up so that I'm not there. But they still want to know where I am affirmatively. And that's not really true that I would help them with that. Right here I have it deceased that anyone of the same last name as myself, they stopped coming to Las Vegas, Nevada to see myself. There's no more visitations with myself. They didn't know that they were all along threatening to give me something. They were threatening to give me money. They were threatening to give me property. And then I really ended up that I did not receive it. They ended up giving it to Charles Toh if they gave him anything, or sometimes they came and gave nothing, and they just harassed me for free. If they gave Charles Toh property or money, they're supposed to give it to myself. I found that they gave it to him, but why? Because he doesn't have the same last name, Moser, and that's how I'm finding the creator is collapsed. Why isn't he collapsed and he didn't give Charles Toh any money? That sounds like that was his problem. Why is that always my problem? That somebody has a problem and then they don't. And you don't know what it means to not have a problem. I'm what it is to I don't have a problem. It's deceased. If you're in alive, you have problems because you are not deceased. That means you have debt. You are a debt. You are evidence of a crime. The sexual abuse that happened to myself, it lived so long and I really regretted it because I was hurt personally. I was hurt in the genitals, I was hurt personally. My health declined and I didn't have what it takes to be in the world healthy, which means that I have to work. I was disabled. And my same last name, people, they didn't feed me that I was disabled and that they were the cause of that in leverage. They caused leverage to that my body collapsed out of leverage and needed to be collecting money. They gave money to Charles Toh for me, but he's not myself. I am not a child. That is what he was angry about. He wanted me to give him something of myself being full height, but it's a debt. It's a debt that I grew my height. I can't give you anything. If you ask a child and you sue a child, the child has in its height unknowns. That means you're really suing my last name, and you can. But why did you? Yeah, he did sue my last name, and he got $90,000. But that's really not my money. Is not true. I'm the first and alive as hell. That's my money anyway, even though it was a child. I'm the king, and I don't have any money. And I don't know the creator who made that alive for myself. Because why would I alive myself when I'm being charged money and I don't have money for the charges? I wouldn't alive myself that way. I don't know the God above myself that way. It's a blasphemy like I've never seen before. Like in heaven, when I'm in heaven looking down in this place, it's not like that. There's appointed money for the charges. I don't have appointed money for the charges. I don't know how that happened to me, but I have excessive amounts of leverage at this time that I need for myself deceased. It's true that you don't understand that appointed money isn't very loving. But what's wrong with it? It was needed because I was hungry. I had hunger. Well, some people have appointed money because you're supposed to leave it in the bank frozen and pay it out and get a death on yourself. But I'm the debt to myself. I'm the soul. I don't owe anybody any money. I'm deceased. If you owe somebody money, you owe that it's in the bank and it just stays there. You have to freeze it there. If you owe them money and they want it out of the bank, you approximately have to fight with them to go to jail so you don't take the money out of the bank because it's not yours. It's the bank's money. I'm the king. You can't take money out of the bank. But I take money out of the bank and you still want all the problems that is to yourself, even though it's supposed to be a problem solved because I eat. Or you want everything. You want it all. You want the money. You want the food. You want the keys. You want things that are appointed as time passes. You are so angry with me when there is time that is passing, and I'm in the time, but not alone. I'm in the time with everybody who's not myself, and you're so angry with myself. Are you angry now? Did you turn off the video? Because I know that's what you do when you're angry. You say get out, or you walk away, and you have like a broken leg because your ears aren't finished with the God who's creating yourself. You have trouble in this world with the shunts of human beings who don't believe in the soul, that you don't have God fully creating yourself, and you want to hire God to create yourself the way you want to be comfortable. And that is alarming to myself. I am in a bankruptcy. I don't have any money for you. I'm deceasing the property and you don't believe me. You don't know the bad news to yourself. You don't know anything but the bad news right when it happens to yourself, and you think that you have hostages. You can always make your conditions more to your liking with hostages. You don't know what's wrong with you. You don't have a death that way ever, and you don't know how to get out of that. You've been formed. I know how to get you out of you've been formed. I'm going to decease the property. And when you find you don't have a place for yourself anymore, you're going to be stuck with you. Yeah, but I didn't do that to you. That'll be you who doesn't have a place to be yourself anymore. You don't have any more formed world. You don't have roadways. You don't have walls inside of a housing. You don't have walls of buildings. You don't have houses. You don't have apartments. You don't have rivers. You don't have sky. You don't have a sun. You don't have a world. You don't have a place where you can work out that you are yourself because you were unable to solve that in the past. You will be a failure to thrive, deceased to the property. And you don't have a place to solve that you are yourself. And you're not afraid that I'm saying this. Are you going to tell anyone that you've seen this video? Are you afraid of me yet? You want me to give you a bribe? I dare you to sell this video to somebody for $100 and then go to jail. and try to get a death on yourself. Try, because you have to try to fight to get in a jail because you people don't know how to be in a jail. You even have phones in the jail because you have that problem. You want to get out of the jail and you don't have it mentally locked up. You have a phone in the jail. You're far in the wrong that way. How are you going to get from jail to a prison when you have a phone in the jail? How are you going to break the ice that it is that God doesn't really care about you, but you love the God within yourself, like a hostager. You love him like he's someplace else, when he's right there inside of you telling you what's wrong with you.